Denton traffic is about to get worse. Officials say it's the next step in their infrastructure plan.
Cell phones could be dangerous while on campus. Find out how they affect your everyday routine.
And a popular asthma drug can cause changes in the environment.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is NTTV Nightly News.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on NTTV Nightly News. I'm Edison Stewart.
And I'm Alexandria Teeters. Major changes are happening on I-35 that could slow down your commute to school or work considerably. At 9 p.m. tonight, TxDOT is closing down the Southwest North Texas Boulevard exit ramp, which will leave drivers scrambling. Our reporter Katie Muncie is reporting live in the area. Katie?
Thanks, Alexandria. That's right. Drivers will have to look for a new route after tonight's closures. The closure is necessary to build a new retaining wall and to shift the main lanes towards that wall. This is phase 1 of the highway project. Phase 5 will consist of building a new exit for Bonnie Brae and North Texas Boulevard. Now, to deal with this closure, if you're traveling north on I-35 West, drivers have two options. At Bonnie Brae, you can go straight to access the frontage road and continue to North Texas Boulevard to turn left to enter campus. Or you can turn left at North Bonnie Brae Street and continue north to access the campus via West Prairie or West Hickory Streets. From I-35 traveling south, take exit 468 to access the frontage road. At Oak Street, turn left and continue to Oak to campus or continue straight to stay on the frontage road. Be on the watch for some new travel patterns. With NTTV Nightly News, I'm Katie Muncie.
Thanks, Katie. You might be a little bit more distracted using your GPS because of all the changes happening on the road, but what about on college campuses? Technology is growing and so is phone usage, but how is this impacting college students? Oh, well, our senior reporter Aaliyah Bordeaux has more.
College campuses are designed to feel like safe spaces for students. But how safe are they really? Some might say something as simple as a cell phone can create distractions that put students at risk. But others say that phones make them feel safer, providing comfort when walking on a busy campus. David Causey works as community engagement with UNTPD. He says a good balance of phone use is the best option for students.
I know that our students are going to be on their phones. Like even when I'm going day to day, I'm on my phone because I'm checking to see maybe the next location, what time's my next appointment or whatever. You just got to make sure that you don't let it totally consume you.
I also spoke to Ayla, a senior studying human development, and she works at student services at UNT. I asked Ayla if she feels distracted on campus because of her headphones, and she shared a story.
I would say yes and no. I had experience like this. We had a practice fire drill, and I did not hear the alarm because my noise cancellation headphones were in. I knew it was like a fire drill when I saw people like rushing out and I saw like the blinking lights. I was like, oh wait, hold on, like let me take out my headphones. So I would say like yes and no.
David Causey emphasizes the importance of being alert when something goes wrong.
If you're able to, see something coming up early enough, like so if you're, maybe you're on your phone or maybe you're not, but you're looking around and you see somebody that you start feeling uncomfortable out, that gives you the opportunity to make distance, run, scream for help, call 911. It just gives you that, that extra second or two to be better prepared for a confrontation if it were to happen.
With NTTV News, I'm Aaliyah Bordeaux.
It's important to remember that when you're on your phone in public, always make sure to check your surroundings.
And while cell phone safety is heavily encouraged, it is useful to check your phone frequently for weather updates.
Tell me about it. We should be expecting fall weather any day now, so I will be checking my phone quite a bit.
Well, right now you don't have to because we have NTTV weather anchor Nick Stocklosa in the studio to give us a first look. Nick?
Thanks, Alex. As I'm sure you're all aware by now, it is very hot today. Right now we have a hot 87 degrees that feels like 89, but thanks to the winds coming out of the northeast, it is very comfortable if you're wearing something light. Now looking into tonight, we see that once the sun sets, our temperatures will come down to about 70, which will feel like 72. So if you've been putting off mowing the lawn, tonight just might be your chance. But great weather is not the only thing we'll see tonight, because tonight we also see a harvest moon. This is extra special because this is our first of 3 back-to-back supermoons that we'll be seeing this year. A supermoon is what happens when the moon reaches its nearest point to the Earth, making it appear roughly 30% larger. This month's supermoon is referred to as a harvest moon since it is the closest full moon to the first day of fall, and because it is the brightest light historically that helped farmers finish their yearly harvests. But after all that, we will see that tomorrow things return to normal, where we have a nice hot 87 that'll feel like 89 again, and winds should pick back up to 10 miles an hour. Come back later for the full weather report, but until then, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Nick. Fall weather is here, and the cooler weather is bringing more people outside. This means individuals with asthma are using their inhaler more. Access to reliable medication is already an issue in the U.S., and one more treatment device is under scrutiny from researchers. Our live shot reporter, Erin Erie, is live to tell us what these new studies have found. Erin?
Thanks, Alexandria. This device, one that more than a million Americans use, is adding to a global issue. According to new research, medication inhaler sprays are significant contributors to planet warming pollution. The medication is not the issue, but it's a chemical inside of the inhalers known as HFAs. HFA is a propellant used in the inhalers that treat asthma and COPD, and research suggests that when the HFAs are released into the air, they trap heat in the atmosphere and cause problems. Research has shown that concentrated efforts to reduce traditional inhaler use can help the issue. The new study says that the impact of inhalers is equivalent to driving more than 500,000 vehicles per year. With NTTV News, I'm Erin Erie. Back to you both at the desk.
Well, thank you, Erin. Coming up, major changes in the Texas hemp industry are taking effect. This is on the heels of Governor Abbott's executive order.
And tensions in Chicago and Portland are rising as President Trump wants to amp up the presence of National Guard troops.
I wonder what's on the radio today. I don't know about this. This is not it.
Everything alternative, commercial free. 88.1 Indy.
Here at KNTU, we have 2 traditional stations, 88.1 Indy and KNTU Jazz. We've also recently launched an internet radio station called Mean Green Hits. If you want to hear more, you can check us out at MediaNorthTexas.com.
That was pretty good.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DATQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DATQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DATQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DATQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
Unease is growing as the Trump administration steps up its immigration enforcement efforts. A federal judge has temporarily blocked the deployment of National Guard troops to Portland, alongside with major protests occurring in Chicago after the Trump administration sent hundreds of National Guard soldiers into the Windy City. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez has more.
Tensions are high in 2 Democrat-led cities as the Trump administration continues to step up its immigration enforcement efforts. Over the weekend, protests sparked in Chicago after President Donald Trump authorized 300 members of the Illinois National Guard to, quote, protect federal officers and assets. This comes over the objections of Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker.
If they're not going to focus on the worst of the worst, which is what the president said they were going to do, they need to get the heck out. What they ought to do is allow us to work with FBI, ATF, DEA, who are civilian law enforcement and understand how to target and take out the bad guys.
In Oregon Sunday, a Trump-appointed federal judge expanded on a more narrow ruling that prevented the Trump administration from sending Oregon National Guard troops to the state's largest city. This came after officials in Oregon and California objected in court to Trump reassigning federalized Guard troops in Los Angeles to Portland.
All you have to do is look at the television, turn on your television, read your newspapers. It's burning to the ground. The governor, the mayor, the politicians are petrified for their lives. And you have a judge like that, that judge ought to be ashamed of himself.
The temporary restraining order now blocks National Guard troops from anywhere in the country to Portland.
There's no need for military intervention in Oregon. There's no insurrection in Portland. There's no threat to national security. Oregon is our home. It is not a military target.
The Trump administration plans to appeal the judge's decision. I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
President Trump also wants to send members of the Texas National Guard to Portland and Chicago. Governor Greg Abbott authorized this order, although last night a federal judge temporarily blocked the deployment of any state National Guard units to Oregon and Illinois. The Illinois governor is calling the move Trump's invasion and has called on Abbott to withdraw support. While the deployment in Oregon has been blocked for now, President Trump is threatening to enact the Insurrection Act of 1807, which would allow him to nationally deploy the U.S. military.
The Texas State Health Agency has approved an emergency rule that bans the sale of all hemp products to anyone under the age of 21. A total ban of THC and hemp in Texas was vetoed in June by Governor Abbott with promises of putting regulation onto the agenda. This emergency rule is in place for 180 days with an option of a 60-day extension, with hopes to vote on formal rules in January. Owners of smoke shops have stated that an age limit of 21 has already been enforced by most distributors, limiting the effects of these new regulations. The Department of State Health Services has also been tasked to create a Texas Hemp Council. That council will study and develop rules for the production, distribution, and sale of hemp.
And while your access to hemp may be denied, luckily access to sunshine isn't. Everyone will have the chance to enjoy the beautiful weather coming up.
And hopefully the forecast holds true to that. Let's head over to our weather anchor, Nick Stocklosa, to hear more. Nick?
Thanks, Alex. Today has been pretty hot for everyone across North Texas. As you can see here, temperatures are all within the mid to high 80s. Our most notable neighbors being our coldest temperatures out in Paris over here at 85 and our hottest out west in Graham at 89. Now flying out to look at our full state map, we can see that the weather across the state is pretty similar to what we see across North Texas with temperatures in the mid to high 80s. Except up north here in Amarillo, where is a very nice 76. And finally, I have the local 7-day forecast for you. Taking a look at the week, it appears we should be seeing our coldest day of the week around Thursday, Friday, where Thursday is our coldest high and Friday night is our coldest cool. Other than that, we see our cloud cover should dissipate before the weekend, but it is likely to return next week on Monday. But other than that, we have a pretty standard hot week to look forward to. That's all I have to say about that. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Nick. This warm fall weather is great for spending time at the state fair. All those rides, great food, and open air concerts.
You know, I love the fair, but at the same time, this year with the economy posing an issue, prices at the fair are a concern for some people.
Well, adult admission can run between $15 and $25 depending on the day you go. Parking is pricey, about $30, so try taking the DART trains. Food can run from $7 to as much as $20, again, depending on what you eat. Fair officials recommend looking at a flex ticket and also looking at the Everyday Discounts tab online at bigtex.com. But the State Fair of Texas is doing more than just entertaining crowds. It is also educating visitors about the importance of Texas agriculture. From livestock shows to interactive exhibits, I had the chance to take a look inside the fairgrounds to see how this annual tradition celebrates the state's farming backbone. The State Fair of Texas is more than just fried food and fun rides. It's also a celebration of Texas's rich livestock and agricultural heritage.
We're also teaching people livestock stewardship, basic animal husbandry 101, and let's teach them a little bit about the work that goes in to help bridge the gap from the producer to the consumer.
Experiences like the Birthing Barn and Big Texas Discovery Farm encourage fairgoers to explore a variety of livestock displays and interactive learning opportunities. From pigs to turkeys, there's something for everyone to see and experience, no matter your age. Visitors at the Texas State Fair are invited to come check out the agricultural education exhibits in the Pan American Building to see the role that cattle and livestock and agriculture play in the Lone Star State. Guests can also check out the livestock judging shows for a closer look at the animals and people who keep Texas agriculture thriving. Then they can head on over to Farm and Fork University to learn how farmers and ranchers work together to bring fresh products from the field to your table.
As we become more distant from production agriculture and have jobs in town where we don't get out, it's not made in the back of the grocery store. It gets there a long way.
So whether you're coming to the fair for the food, the football, or the Ferris wheel, the State Fair of Texas makes sure agriculture stays deep in the heart of the celebration. Well, it looks like the State Fair has something for everyone, and it's great to see Texas agriculture taking center stage.
If the petting zoo is too tame for you and you need something a bit more out of this world and you're not afraid of aliens, Cedar Park may have something small, green, and not from this planet. Our reporter Alex Schwartz has more. Alex?
Thank you, Alexandria. These little green guys come in peace. I'm here surrounded by aliens at the Cedar Street Park where the Denton Mark Center has set up this Halloween installation. The DMC is a nonprofit organization supporting all forms of visual and performing arts to the design and cultural traditions. Displays filled with little green aliens all around the park. The park is now called Area 940, a nod to the infamous Area 51. Everything in the park glows in the dark from the aliens to the UFO. For the month of October, the park is transformed into a sci-fi playground for people to explore, have fun, and take some photos. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about being abducted here. Come out and see it for yourself. I'm Alex Schwartz with NTTV. Back to y'all in the studio.
Thanks, Alex. If you haven't registered to vote, the time is now. Learn about how to register and what you're voting on.
And music across DFW is soaring. Coming up, we'll recap the Denton Jazz Fest, as well as Taylor Swift's new album, Life of a Showgirl.
Are you looking for a fun club with travel opportunities? Dive into the UNT Swim Club. Practicing Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Pole Recreation Center. We accept members at any skill level. For more information, reach out to us at unt.swimclub on Instagram.
If you pay taxes, the big calendar date is April 15th. But if you are a college student, the key dates are when the application for student loans and other financial aid opens up, and that is now. We all know it as FAFSA. If you're looking for financial help for fall 26 and spring 27 school year, now is the time to apply. Applications are reviewed and money distributed on a first-come, first-served basis. Federal direct loan students need to be enrolled at least as half-time students. That's 6 hours for undergrads and 5 hours for grad students. If you have any questions, head on over to the Student Eagle Services Center in the Union.
And when it comes to money, one way you can have an impact is voting in local elections. They're the ones that decide tax bonds and other real pocketbook issues. And although state voting does not directly affect federal taxes, your vote still matters and can make a big difference. Today is the last day you can register to vote if you want to cast in the ballot in November. You can register online using the application from the Secretary of State's office. Fill in the information, sign it, and get it in the mail so it is postmarked today. Any U.S. citizen is eligible to register to vote, but you must be at least 18 by voting day. Early voting begins October 20th and ends October 31st. Voting day is November 4th.
Edison, what did you get into this weekend?
So I actually went home this weekend, and on the way there, I was bumping Taylor Swift's new album. What about you?
Well, I didn't have time to listen to some T Swift, but I do know someone who has. Let's send it over to our segment anchor, Micah Talley. Micah?
Thanks, guys. That's right. If you're a Taylor Swift fan, you may have spent your weekend streaming, or you might have been at the movies. The 14-time Grammy winner dominated the box office with the new film, The Official Release Party of a Showgirl. The theatrical listening party film made to promote her newest album made $33 million, giving Swift the weekend's #1 album and #1 movie. But the fun doesn't stop there. Taylor Swift's new album, The Life of a Showgirl, will also have some exclusive special copies available to buy on iTunes for 24 hours only. The copies will have voice memos recorded during her songwriting sessions with producers Max Martin and Shellback. And well, Alex, I know that Taylor Swift is such a huge artist, but what about the artists here in Denton?
That's right, Micah. This past weekend, I actually went to the Denton Arts and Jazz Festival, where many local artists took stage. Let's take a look at that. Welcome to the Denton Arts and Jazz Festival, an event where you can find booths selling a variety of items, from food to art pieces by local artists, and also where you can find many very talented performers. Some of the performers that took the stage this past weekend was our very own bands here at UNT. To give some insight on what preparation for the festival is like, here's Liz Townsend, a doctoral teaching fellow for the Vocal Jazz Ensemble at UNT.
Preparation has been great. We have been working really hard to get our set together. We have 4 tunes that we'll be doing on Sunday afternoon, and I think that it's going to be a really great set. The Denton Arts and Jazz Festival is such a wonderful opportunity to engage in the arts, and it's just a really great opportunity to see your neighbors and also hear some great music. I love being an educator and working with these super talented and ambitious students and getting a chance to work with them and teach them this art form.
It's really nice that there's a festival where we can all come together and celebrate jazz and celebrate art.
Yeah, I think this festival is a great time. I think it's really important that all members of the community can come together and enjoy this great art form.
The Denton Arts and Jazz Festival is a wonderful place. They host this event annually with one goal in mind: to make art available for everyone, which is why you can attend this event free of charge. UNT has been a consistent participant of this local event with their incredibly talented jazz ensembles. And while it may be too late to come to the Denton Arts and Jazz Festival this year, there's always next year. Just remember to come the first weekend of October, 2026. In the meantime, UNT's jazz ensembles will have many performances, which you can find on the UNT website. From NTTV News, I'm Alexander Sevier. Thanks for tuning in. The festival was so much fun, and I really loved supporting local artists.
Yeah, it looked great, and that elote looked even better.
And believe me, it was. Well, that's all we have here, guys. Alexandria and Edison, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Alex and Micah. Well, Edison, the Mean Green are making history. For the first time since 1959, North Texas football is 5-0.
And to keep that momentum coming, classes are actually ending early on Friday, and SGA is leading a march to Dackey Stadium.
NTTV sports anchor Jordan Lindsay is in the studio with more information on why this game is so important. Jordan?
Thanks, guys. Dackey Stadium will look to have a sold-out crowd on Friday night. I'll have the news after the break.
There's no harm in wanting to have fun while in college, but it's easy to lose track of how much you've had. Apps like Drink Control and Alkadroid can help keep track of your consumption and blood alcohol levels. If you or someone else does drink too much, the signs of alcohol poisoning are as follows: pale skin, vomiting, confusion, low body temperatures, irregular breathing, blacking out, and is hard to wake up or cannot be woken up.
Dude, are you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Wake up.
It's an exciting time of year, but it's important to be responsible. If you suspect someone is suffering from alcohol poisoning, get help immediately. You will not get in trouble for seeking help if you are underage. For more info and resources, go to UNT's Division of Student Affairs.
Football's 5-0 start, even more fans started attending the Mean Green games. It's getting to a point where Dackey Stadium might sell out for the first time in school history. For the first time since 1959, a lot of fans are in good spirits.
I know, it's crazy. I can't believe it.
So I had low expectations for UNT football team, but now hearing that they're doing so well and they're 5-0, I think that's really impressive. I'm really happy for them.
This year, ticket sales went up, and in the home game against Washington State, about 26,000 people were in attendance to watch the Mean Green.
Just to kind of engage on the different things that we got. 7 home games, obviously, for the first time ever in school history. So want to capitalize on that and the success that we've seen with kind of Coach Morris recently. I want to continue to build on that and engage our fan base in any ways possible.
I liked the stadium. I kind of like crowded spaces, so I liked walking in with everyone. I didn't realize how big the stadium was. There's so many like food options and choices, and so as a fan, it was nice to just sit and then, you know, even if I didn't know what was going on, standing up with everyone to cheer, be like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. So it was fun to be a part of that experience.
Now the stakes are even higher. On Friday night, the Mean Green will face the University of South Florida, and the goal remains the same: sell out Daku Stadium.
Yeah, I think obviously we had great success with the community for the last game. So we're trying to capitalize on that and kind of hear from people that attended that game of how their experience was, what things we can improve, and then kind of what can we internally discuss to make their experience even better, whether it be in the game or whether it's a promotion beforehand.
Even President Keller canceled all afternoon classes so students and himself can prepare for the big game.
You know, I'm really nervous, I'll be honest with you, but I think that if we can really keep the momentum that we have, I think we can keep going. I think that our running game looks great. I think the overall offense that we have moving forward, our passing game looks great, and I think that this is going to be a big turning point for us. If we win this, I really think that we can go all the way.
From NTTV Sports, this is Jordan Lindsay. Let's see if UNT can keep the streak alive under the Friday night lights. The Dallas Cowboys headed to MetLife Stadium yesterday to face the New York Jets. With Dallas starting out leading the games 23-3 in the first half, the momentum continued into the second half, scoring 14 more points, winning the game 37-22. Quarterback Dak Prescott threw for 4 touchdowns and 237 yards. Dallas will now head to Charlotte to play the Carolina Panthers on Sunday at noon. The Dallas Mavericks play their first preseason game tonight against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The game will take place at the Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. Tip-off will start at 7:30 p.m. That's all I have for sports. Now back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jordan. One of my favorite parts about fall is the return of everything pumpkin spice.
Mine too, especially pumpkin pie.
Well, Vermont's John Young specializes in growing giant pumpkins in his backyard. He has 3 extra-large pumpkins this year, including one named Mary Lou, that sets a personal weight record at nearly 1,800 pounds. Another pumpkin, Katie, just won Best Looking at a fair this past weekend. Young says he grows pumpkins not to get first or second place, but instead to enjoy the community of growers.
He starts all of his pumpkins from seeds in his home and then moves them outside in early summer where they grow to massive sizes.
Wow, I mean, it is that time of year. It's October, Halloween's coming up. I think we should carve a pumpkin for NTTV.
You know, I'm gonna let you carve the pumpkin, but if anybody wants to do a pumpkin patch photo shoot, I'll be there. I'll be there.
That is right. Let's do it.
Thanks for watching NTTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television.